Welcome to Twin Bridge Dairy Goats. We're glad you're here.
It's about family, farm, and our girls.
We're located in beautiful central Oklahoma where the wind comes sweeping down the plain. Share our experiences, what we've learned, what we're still learning. It's about triumphs as well as failures.
They love me.
It's not the easiest thing you can do. There are always challenges, but it's the best life for us. We believe you should learn something every day. Follow us on our journey. There's always something going on at the farm, so come along.
Hey friends.
This is what happened today.
Well, we had a pretty good windstorm last night and suffered a little bit of damage. Not stuff that can't be repaired, not to our home, not to any of the goat barns or any of the shelters out in the yards, the hay feeders, but just walking around and picking up limbs and tree branches that are busted. It's a mess. It's really a mess. Central Oklahoma, we had a line of severe storms come through last night, and a little worried that it was going to be tornadic. It ended up not being tornadic, but the winds were ridiculous. Howling. About an hour west of us, we knew that they were going to be pretty bad. You know, they were recording 80 miles gust, but we stayed up, we listened, we watched. We lost power. We did take some precautions, took up a little bit of water, flushing toilets, drinking water, that kind of thing, but didn't really expect it to be as bad as it was. In our surrounding towns, they recorded a 98-mile-an-hour wind gust. And so it got pretty bad here. Our little town that we live in, we have no power. We've got lines down. We've got poles down. At this point, there's no word on when power will be restored. Thank goodness that we have a generator and that we can operate the things that we need. We can plug our well into that and maybe, take up some water to
Freezers.
The freezers, we can plug in our freezers because you guys know we have a beef. We've done pigs, we've done chickens, and our freezers are pretty full with all of our meat. So we do have a way to keep those frozen and stuff. But anyways, I was just going to flip you guys around, kind of give you some ideas of what we're experiencing. I know that it is nowhere near as bad as what some people in our area have had to deal with. Some friends have lost barns, some have lost roofs. Jeff and Darlene are having issues with their septic. They've had a little bit of damage on the goat barn, look like, but all that can be repaired. All of it can be repaired. Our daughter lost trees around their house, but thankfully nobody, the trees didn't hit the house or any of their garages or barns. So anyways, super thankful for that. I'll switch you guys around and you can take a look at some of our damage. So this is our grow out pen. This is where when we do our meat chickens, they are in this area here. It's perfect for them. And yeah, anyways, the wind actually, it was up against this railroad tie, and the wind actually picked it up and moved it forward.
It lifted it.
And moved it forward.
And then it
actually busted.
Must have jammed right here, and then it just went ahead and busted right here in this cross member.
Busted the cross member, and so now it's concaved. And so anyways, and we were actually just talking, me and Brian was just talking about trying to move this over to the north yard over there where Vaughn's at and use this as our pig hut. But I don't know now. We shall see.
I don't know how structure worthy it is
Yeah,
anymore.
we might be able to salvage the roof maybe.
We might be able to get the roof out of it in the back.
And the
back,
three sides maybe, but you know, it can all be repaired. Look, you over here, we've lost some limbs off of some of the persimmon trees. The bees are still remarkably, they didn't topple.
The hive didn't topple.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Or anything like that.
Thank goodness.
All that out. It's good.
But lost some branches back there on the back property line, and the corn is just laying over. I'm hoping it'll pop back up. I kind of think it will, but you guys can see little branches, twigs laying everywhere. We got up this morning and the chickens are all out and the gates aren't open, but the wind blew that door open for I don't know how. That thing is stinking heavy, and but yeah,
it's a heavy door.
It was blown open.
I had it blocked with this thing.
Blown open, and so the chickens were all out free ranging, which that's okay. I guess they needed that. Mom over there, I think she said that her little lawnmower trailer was picked up and tossed, and her garden looks pretty bad, but no damage to her property or anything that can't be repaired. All this wood that Alec has laying here to build his little lawnmower cover was tossed all over the yard, and so he's restacked that up. His trailer was off the blocks. The wind shoved it off the blocks. You can see where it gouged the mud there. The garden survived. We just lost a few buckets off of the tomato plants, and just basically tree limbs were down.
Pushed all of our lawn chairs up against the deck.
Yeah, kind of rolled all of our chairs off of from around our little fire pit area.
I'm surprised it didn't topple this pile over here. This pile of pallets we have.
The wind is blowing. I'm hoping that you guys can hear us okay. Lost about 2 dozen apples off of my little apple tree right here, which stinks, really stinks. This apple tree was leaning against the box there. So that's something that we're gonna have to tie it back. We had taken the ties off because, you know, we thought it was big enough to hold its own. This apple tree did just fine. The grapes are okay, but we lost about half of our peach tree. All of these panels were down and laying down, but I lost the backside of our peach tree, which was super sad. It just looked so sad. It just looked so sad. But it's all right. It's all right. It could be worse.
Little dog kennel.
Yeah, tossed our little dog kennel out there. But all the goat barns, the goat sheds, the hay feeders are all still standing.
I would like to think because they were built properly.
Woohoo! Of course they were. Of course they were. And secured down for sure.
We only lost our hay feeder here, and everything else is still intact.
Yeah. Yep. But we turned the goats out this morning since we were going to be outside a good portion of the morning. We let the goats out so they could graze. And they're loving that. Loving that. You can just leave that right there, honey. They'll just nibble on it when they want. Oh, here they come running. It's like, what you got? What you got? Everybody's losing their undercoats and looking absolutely beautiful and shiny. Look at Hope here. Isn't that a beautiful girl? Beautiful Hope. And Camille. Cammy, as we call her. Chloe, Magnolia, oh, and Gabriella and her Grace.
She's ready to...
Gabriella and her Grace. Louisiana. Yeah, I'll probably shave Louisiana. I noticed she's looking kind of straggly.
You've been kind of breaking it up a little bit. Shave a couple girls and then give a break.
It'd be overwhelming.
So it's not overwhelming to do all 13 at once.
But anyways, friends, that's what happened in the night. Oklahoma. But I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love this area and so thankful for what we have, what we've been allowed to do. Thankful all of my kids are safe and secure. Our kids are safe.
Talk to everyone to see how they sustained damage over there at their places, and everyone's doing just fine.
We have one son that still has power. So he don't know it yet, but that's where we're going to go for our showers this evening.
That's where we go to clean up.
We're not expecting to have power for a couple of days.
It'll be a couple of days. They're not even in town yet.
Yep. But anyways, thought we'd give you guys an update of what happened last night. Chat later. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Now get to work.
Go figure. Chat later.